Hello, my name is Cheryl Belkin Epstein, and I teach the history of ballet at Canada's National Ballet School. Welcome to today's live broadcast from London, England, of the Royal Ballet's production of the Nutcracker, a ballet that tells the story of a girl, known as Clara in this version, who receives a Nutcracker doll that comes to life and takes her on a journey to the kingdom of sweets. Given the great popularity of this ballet today, it might surprise you to learn that its beginnings were less than auspicious. At its premiere in 1892 in St. Petersburg, Russia, the reviews were mixed, with one critic going so far as to say that any more ballets like it would constitute death for the company. Nevertheless, it was not completely dropped from the repertoire, but would be infrequently performed in Russia. So simply put, the objection was that it was a ballet based on a children's story, danced by children and for children, and therefore not to be taken seriously as a work of art. And yet, this is arguably why audiences love the ballet today. It's easily understood, the presence of the children is endearing, and of course there's the beautiful music. So given its early reception, how did it become so popular? Well, in large part, the change in attitude occurred in North America. In her book, Nutcracker Nation, the dance scholar Jennifer Fisher examined the ballet's transfer to North America and its evolution once here. In doing so, she likened the ballet to an immigrant, one who hadn't been doing so well in the old country, but upon moving to the new country, learned to adapt to the new environment and ultimately succeeded beyond all expectation. For one thing, because the story begins at a Christmas party, the ballet began to be performed during the holiday season. This hadn't been the case in Russia, where it was scheduled at any time of the year without reference to the actual holiday. With its nostalgic look back to a Christmas of simpler times and the new direct link with Christmas, the ballet has become almost synonymous with the celebration of the holiday season. And eventually its success here reverberated back to the old country. Now, over the years, as the ballet adjusted to its new North American environment, there have been numerous interpretations, adaptations, and permutations of the basic plot. And in this broad variety of guises, it is currently performed each holiday season by countless professional companies and amateur groups alike. For many, yearly attendance has become a ritual that not only marks the beginning of the holiday season, but also contributes significantly to the financial health of most companies. Ironically, rather than being the death of ballet, as had been predicted at its premiere, in many respects, the Nutcracker has ensured its future. The production that you're about to see was originally staged for the Royal Ballet in 1984 by Peter Wright, one of the foremost stagers of the 19th century ballet. When mounting this production, he was mindful of its history and respectful of what is known of the original choreography, much of which had been lost. But he also set out to correct some of the original shortcomings. He added a prologue that alludes to the original story that tells of the evil enchantment of Peter, the nephew of one Herr Drosselmeyer, that turned Peter into an ugly nutcracker who could only be liberated through love. Wright also expanded the role of Herr Drosselmeyer, the person who puts into play the circumstances that would free his nephew. But most important of all, he increased the age of Clara to a young girl on the cusp of womanhood and about to discover romance. By doing this, Wright was able to use an adult in the role, and this enabled him to add challenging classical dancing throughout the ballet, including its first act. What is delightful about this traditionally based production is that it appeals to the child in all of us, while still offering a stimulating encounter with sophisticated music and dance. I hope you enjoy the performance.